Hello everyone, my name is Muhaimin Ihsan and I am from class A 2019. So here, this is my podcast. We will talk about paradigm between teacher and assignment. So here I am with one of teacher on my village, SMP 2 Brambai, Bapak Indra Ramadan SPD. Hello Pak Indra Ramadan.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine too, but actually not very well because this pandemic, right? And yeah, if every day I do exercise, jogging in the morning, and go to this college, right? But everything has changed when pandemic comes. And by the way, how about you? What is the impact of the pandemic in your life?
Most of all, we have changed in our life, right? But in me, I try to do what I usually do, but in different way. For example, I teach, but I teach in different way. When before the pandemic, we have offline class, but in pandemic we have online class.
Okay.
In before pandemic, we have group assignment, we have project based assignment, but in this pandemic we have to adapt and we have to give good assignment, proper assignment that fit our our goals, teaching goals. But in my general life, like I still do exercising, I still do learning, I still do like usual, but in different way.
Okay, as we know before, all of the aspect got the impact because this pandemic, right? And then especially your profession as the teachers. So, what is the impact this pandemic on your profession as the teacher?
Like I said before, I am a teacher, then I have to teach, and the student have to learn. But when the Minister of Education said that we have to have a long distance education, that's become a problem in this rural area because we have no good or fast internet connection like in the city. That's the first problem. And then the problem is not of all the students have the device to learn on the long distance education like the minister said. That's why the teacher here have to adapt more than the teacher in the city because we have not enough resource to teach online like everyone in this world right now because of the pandemic.
Okay, as you said before, you have so many problems because this pandemic on your teachers. As you said before, can you tell me more specific about this problem?
Okay, when we want to teach online, first we have to set up the the facilities, right? Like the laptop, the internet. And it's not for the teacher only, but the student have to prepare it so. But when the teacher is prepared well, the student isn't. It's not. They may have the devices, but they don't have the internet connection. That's the problem. And then when I teach, it's hard for me to observe the student. Because in offline class, I can see their eyes. I can see how they absorb the the lesson. But in this online class, I cannot see how they absorb the lesson. I cannot see their eyes. I cannot see their face expression or their body language about the lesson. That's the problem. And then about the assignment, I understand how to make assignment in file, but most of the students, they don't have the technology for this, and they don't have the knowledge for this, and that's another problem. And there are still a lot of problem here.
Because they don't understand about this technology, right?
Yeah.
And then that's all about your problem. And then how about the problem comes from the students and also their parents about the teachers. The teachers still give the assignment and also tasks without give more explanation about the lesson.
Yeah, I got some input. I don't say it's complaint. I say it is an input because we are still learning about this. Yeah, some parents of the student think that the teachers don't teach well because they just give some assignments only for the students, right? But that's all what we have. If we want to have a face-to-face online class, it cannot be happen because the student doesn't have the devices, the technologies, and then sometimes the internet lost its connection. And then it's just a way the teacher choose to make the lessons going on.
Okay.
And then when it's parents, they told me that their cost of the education is getting higher because they have to buy the good internet connection, like it's here we have Telkomsel with the best connection for the teaching, right? Yeah. And then the teacher also, they got that's the same problem because the cost of the education is getting higher.
Okay. And then that's all the problem. That's all the answer you about that problem. And then have you ever think to teach them directly?
I really want to, but the regulation still having as a wall for this, because we have to think a bigger of this, because this is a pandemic. We cannot risk their life, we cannot risk their health just because we want to teach in direct way or in offline class, right? So yeah, so far I think online class and online assignment is one of the good choice that we have now, with all of the problem, of course.
Okay. Then, and the last question, what is your advice? Maybe your advice for this pandemic as the teachers, for all of teacher especially in Indonesia.
For the teacher, yeah, I hope all the teachers are well, because this pandemic is not easy for us all, right? Especially in education. And I hope every teachers can adapt to the technology that offers us some ways of teaching. I hope everyone have the willing to learn new things about the way of teaching, especially in this pandemic moment. Yeah, I think that's all for me.
Okay, that is for teacher. And then how about for the students and also the parents?
Okay, the students and the parents. I think the students and the parents have a good communication, because this online class is not just having no class. I think more a lot of parents think that their son or daughter don't learning in their home because of the online class. They are having a learning moment too in that learning online class, but I hope the parents can change their mindset.
Right.
Yeah, because the education is not happening only at school, but the education can be happening at home too. And then for the students, I hope they can make themselves focus on
Follow
online class. Yeah,
yes.
the rules.
The rules.
They have to respect each other, and then I hope they have the discipline, the same discipline at school and at home. They have to attend the class on time and so on. Yeah, maintain. Oh yeah, the most important thing is the student have to be able to maintain
Maintain.
the time, maintain their health, maintain their focus. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's all the answer from Bapak Indra about the teacher versus pandemic, and we can conclude there are so many challenging comes from the teachers too. Besides that, actually they do the best one to teach all of their students with the something new, use the technology as their method. And then about the task is one of assessment to make sure all of students understand about the lesson. And for the explanation, actually the teacher always give the explanation, but it's different. Sometimes they use the video to teach their students, and then sometimes they use the recording or something like that. And that's all for do the best teaching of students. Okay.
And thank you so much, Bapak Indra, for the podcast, and see you next time. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.